Karen Barefoot on for her first year as head coach of the Old Dominion Lady Monarchs. No stranger to the program because you actually worked for the legendary Wendy Larry for a few years back in the earlier part of this decade. I guess I got to ask you point blank, what's it like taking over for a legend like Wendy, who coached for 24 years at Old Dominion?
And you can't put into words because she has just meant so much, not just to Old Dominion, but the game itself. She's left a mark as just a class act. She's won games. She's won championships. She's left a mark with winning 17 in a row. But more importantly, she just is a person with high character and is always trying to improve our game and helping young coaches like me to help us get to the next level.
And how has she instilled those qualities in you as a coach? Because at Old Dominion, 929 wins is third most in women's basketball history. So how has her philosophy trickled down into what you do as a head coach?
Well, definitely her passion. I mean, she's passionate about the fans, and she's passionate about teaching, and I'm a teacher too, and I enjoy every day just getting the most out of our kids. And one thing that I've learned from her is you want to be playing your best basketball in March. It's a long season. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon. Right. So every day we're just going to keep getting better, and hopefully in March we'll be the team standing last.
Now, while you're taking over as the head coach at Old Dominion, this is not your first stint as a head coach. You had a couple of stops along the way prior to being an assistant at Old Dominion, but then you went back to Elon. What was that like, and how are you prepared from your from the results you had at Elon to take over at Old Dominion?
I had a great experience at Elon. That's where CAA started at Elon before she went to NC State, and it was just an amazing experience to leave there the program better than when it was when I first got there, because it was a team that was ready to reach new heights, and we went to the postseason tournament for the first time ever in school history, and it was just an exciting experience for me. And to be able to be back at Old Dominion is it's an amazing experience. It's where I'm from, Virginia, so I'm really passionate about the area and about the fans.
And in terms of the fans, they're going to see a lot of great basketball, especially prior to the CAA portion of the season when you take on teams like Stanford, Tennessee, Georgia Tech, Virginia Tech, and down the line.
Yeah, it's exciting because we play an unbelievable non-conference schedule, but it prepares us for tournament play. And so it's exciting for our fans. We love playing the top 25 programs in the country. It's one thing I've learned from Wendy Larry, and we'll continue to do that. And you know what? Your team gets better. To be the best, you got to play against the best.
That's right.
Tia Lewis is probably the best-known returning player that you've got, a young lady who transferred. There were some questions as to whether or not she was even going to come back and play, but I'm sure you're very happy that she did make the decision to stay. What are you looking for out of her this year?
Tia is a special player, but more importantly, she is a competitor. She wants to win every drill, every day. It doesn't matter what it is. They could be playing. You could go out and play ping pong with her, and she's going to want to win. You could play your little a kid, and she's going to try to beat the kid. I mean, I just love her attitude. She's going to do whatever it takes for a team to win. And I love the way that she's coming off the court inside my office and watching film and asking Coach, what can I do to make this team better? I want to win a championship. I know we're young. I want to get this program back to winning championships. What does it take? So I love her attitude, and I love her passion. I think this is going to be definitely a special year for Tia.
And Tia Lewis is your only returning starter from last season's team that went to the WNIT, but 5 newcomers this year. Tell us a little bit about them.
Well, they are passionate. They really, just give 1,000% all the time. And you always talk about players that give 100%. I mean, they give 1,000. They don't care. They're very coachable. So when you have a core group that's going to give you everything and some, new coach coming in, what to expect, I can't expect for anything more because they're giving me all they have. I can just say by January, February, March, they're going to continue to get better as a group. Our whole philosophy is it doesn't matter who starts and who finishes. We're all about team. But there's some special players like Michelle Brandeo, who's from where Tisha Pinachera was from, Mary Andrade. So we've got a Portugal kid coming in, and we literally have to kick her out of the gym.
Wow.
I mean, she just gets the extra shots. The maintenance guy comes in. Oh, she's got to get out of here, Coach. She's in the weight room. She's doing whatever it takes for a team to win. So I love bringing the Portugal connection back, along with 4 other true freshmen.
Now, a sophomore you've got this year, Chiquita Richards out of Georgia. She was fairly highly sought-after recruit. She signed with Old Dominion. It was a learning process last year. I think she had some tough time getting on the floor for a little bit, but now that she's there, you're going to have to count on her, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to have to count on everybody pretty much. But Chiquita has really put in the work in the weight room. And that's an area that we wanted her to get strong from the beginning. When we did our preseason test, and we said, Chiquita, in several weeks, you better be pushing people around, being mean, being a beast.
Yeah.
And so now you're seeing her do that in practice. So it's almost like she's not a freshman anymore. In the last couple of weeks, she's really matured as a sophomore. We need players like Chiquita to really step up for this young group, and I'm excited about her.
What do you say will be your biggest challenge this season in terms of developing your philosophy and the personality of the team?
That we're inexperienced and that, we're very young, but we're not going to use that as an excuse.
Right.
We're going to get after it. We're going to be scrappy. We're going to play hard. And defensively, I mean, we're going to put a ton of pressure on our opponents. That's what I've been known for. I played in a system like that. And so for 17 years as a coach, I'd always emphasize that. They are really getting adjusted to the system, love playing the system. It generates a lot of up-tempo scores and fast break, something that fans will really love and appreciate.
Right.
One final question for you, Karen. Old Dominion, great tradition. We talked earlier about the Marianne Stanley prior to Wendy coaching there, and the great players, the Liebermans, the Donovans, the Nissens, the Pinicheros, the list goes on and on.
Right.
But realistically, the fans at Old Dominion, they're used to, I mean, they have very high standards, but what's a realistic expectation in this day and age of women's college basketball?
I want them to have high expectations. I want them to have high standards, because every day I walk into practice at the TED Center and I see those 3 crystal balls. All I keep thinking is, how can I get the 4th national championship or get close to it? Because we have the most committed fans out there. The first Final Four was at Norfolk, Virginia. So for me, I want them to continue to have that, but definitely support this group. We've got a long way to go, but we're going to work hard, and definitely by March, we're going to be a tough team, hard to beat.
Karen Barefoot, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Have a great year.
All right.
Thank you.
Go to ESPN3 for the complete replay of the 2011 CAA Basketball Media Day Live.